Today on Rappler, the Supreme Court throws out a disbarment complaint against Acting Chief Justice Antonio Carpio.
Killer amendments, like any killer, should be hunted down.
RH Bill principal author Edsa Lagman says they will stomp out killer amendments that will destroy the spirit of the bill. And Cambodia recalls its ambassador who accuses the Philippines of playing dirty politics. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. The Supreme Court throws out a disbarment complaint against Acting Chief Justice Antonio Carpio Friday. In a special en banc session, the court says sitting justices could be removed from office only by impeachment. Laura Visconde filed a disbarment complaint against Carpio on August 6. He says Carpio influenced judiciary appointments when he was presidential legal counsel in 1992. The court dismisses the complaint in time for the JBC to draw its shortlist of Chief Justice candidates on Monday. The Judicial and Bar Council reschedules voting on its short list of Chief Justice candidates to Monday. The council fails to reach a consensus on a motion to suspend rules disqualifying candidates with pending cases. Iloilo Representative Niel Tupas Jr. says this will be the JBC's last postponement. President Benigno Aquino III has until August 27 to choose the next Chief Justice from the JBC shortlist. 5 votes in the JBC can mean a candidate's inclusion in the shortlist for a judicial post. But the rules also say 5 votes are all you need to suspend the rule that disqualifies candidates with pending cases from the race. Iloilo Representative Niel Tupas Jr. says if an action against a Chief Justice candidate is, in his words, unfair, the JBC can suspend its rules. Tupas is one of the 8 members of the JBC, the representative from the House of Representatives. The suspension will benefit candidates with pending cases, Presidential Commission on Good Government Chairman Andres Bautista, Securities and Exchange Commissioner Teresita Herbosa, and Solicitor General Francis Hardelesa. If it happens, the suspension will pave the way for the likely inclusion of Justice Secretary Laila de Lima in the shortlist. De Lima is the reported choice of President Aquino. RH Bill principal author Albay Representative Edsa Lagman is confident the RH Bill will pass in August. He says he has been fighting for the bill for 15 years. What did you have to do to get the bill to this point?
Well, I think really a relentless crusade for the final enactment of the measure. After the interminable debates had been terminated, I think, Maria, we are at the threshold of passing this bill finally.
So you see this bill passing, becoming law at the 15th Congress, at this Congress?
Definitely. And hopefully in the month of August.
In the month of August. So
before the budget bill goes to the plenary in the first week of September.
Well, of course, you've been the champion of this bill, and this is your last Congress, is that right?
Yes, this is my 6th and last term, and I hope that the passage of the RH bill will be my graduation medallion.
Lagman is confident of President Benigno Aquino's support, which he calls a, quote, calibrated push, carefully navigating the controversy surrounding the bill. How much support? Congressman met with the president early this week, right? And then you had the vote on whether to move it out of debates. How much support is the president throwing behind this now?
Well, I think the president is giving a calibrated support. And it's step by step. The first step was to endorse the bill as a priority measure, which has done more than a year ago before the LEDAC and to Congress.
Okay.
Number 2, to terminate the long, winding, repetitive debates.
Yes.
And that has been accomplished. Now the next would be the period of amendments, both the committee amendments and the individual amendments before we go on second and third voting.
the opponents of the bill say that they will introduce killer amendments so that the advocates won't even want to pass this. How do you respond to this?
Killer amendments, like any killer, should be hunted down. And we are willing to accept truly perfecting and refining amendments which will not destroy the essence of the bill.
A doctor who leads what some say is the best trained rescue team in the Philippines is in the middle of operations in Pampanga this week. Natasha Gutierrez reports.
This is Ted Esguerra, Coast Guard and doctor by profession, rescuer at heart. Esguerra has been saving lives for 13 years. Rescuers like him work overnight hours without relievers and suffer from a shortage of supplies. He knows the dangers of the job, but he says it's worth it.
Yung simpleng contagious doon, pag naawakan mo siyang alalaw, magpasalamat siya sa'yo. I don't know what's the connection and what's the feeling, but it's something that millions can buy.
When the monsoon rains hit, Esguerra and his team are sent to the hardest hit areas. Their first stop is Marikina, where they saved 79 stranded victims until 5 a.m. The next day, they are off to Pampanga, where over 300 barangays are submerged. Esguerra travels over 3 hours to Santo Tomas Town, Pampanga, and takes his rubber boat ready for rescue. But what residents need isn't rescue, but food and water, because even evacuation centers are short on stock. This is something Esguerra wants to fix. He dreams of unifying rescue efforts in the country so there is better communication and resources are used efficiently to serve the most urgent demands. Esguerra says the country needs more rescuers who are trained properly and scientifically to save lives the right way. As a man who has seen death, he knows time is of the essence and could cost a life.
Meron kasi tinatawag a heart which is too old to live. So, instinct talaga yan ang mamatay. Pero ang kailangan pag-aralan natin how to save a heart which is too young to die.
Esguerra says he has tried to quit before, but rescuing is part of him. He says every death drives him to save more people in an attempt to make up for the lives lost. He plans to do this for as long as he is able. Natasha Gutierrez, Rappler, Pampanga.